Practice.
We talking about practice, bro.
Practice, not the game.
Not the game, bro.
not we'll die for this, man.
Yeah, not the Southern flow. Yeah,
practice.
Man.
Hey, man, look. You're now tapped into the rhythm for the real. Let's flow. Yo, what's up? It's Loomis Brinks.
What's good? It's your boy Trey B.
And you already know, together we make the Southern Flow podcast.
For sure.
Big shouts out to our sponsors. Just Relax, Art Folk, Gum, CD5 Films. No particular order, but you better make sure it's major. It's real major. We in the building, Trey B.
For sure, bro.
We back.
Back in their face, bro.
Yes.
They ain't tired of us yet, bro.
Nah,
they ain't gonna. Hey,
they love us, bro.
They love us, bro. We love them, bro. We love them,
bro. We'll go ahead and get straight to it. Get straight to the press. I just been doing my due diligence in terms of just like researching, man, and really tapping into our legends,
Southern Flow legends,
and I hope that when we drop our legends, that it makes people go do the research too and check out these people that we bring to the forefront. So my Southern Flow legend for this episode is going to be Dr. Amos Wilson.
Okay.
So Dr. Wilson is a psychologist. He's a scholar. I like to say he's a cultural warrior. Amos Wilson didn't just talk about Black empowerment. He broke it down to the root. He challenged us to see beyond the surface, to understand that economics, education, and behavior are all a part of the same system. He reminded us, power is the ability to define reality and to have other people accept it. So in this episode, I just want to honor a legend whose words still hit harder than most headlines.
Okay.
Amos Wilson.
Okay.
Truth over noise, baby.
Hey, bro, I like that, bro. I like that. Hey, you making us think, bro. You making us dive deep, bro. For sure. I like that, bro.
Who you got, Trey B?
My Southern Flow legend, man. I was thinking about it today, bro. I'm building the Mount Rushmore has been going viral on social media lately. Everybody doing their Mount Rushmores. I did Master P. I did Uncle Luke. I said I'm gonna keep going with my Mount Rushmore. I guess my Southern Flow Mount Rushmore. My third head gonna be I'm gonna go with DJ Screw out of Houston, man. Screwed Up Click Records. The innovator, created a whole new genre of music, man.
Chopped up, not slopped up.
Chopped up, not slopped up, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, just a whole new genre of music, bro, that's still being an impact today. All generations, done tapped into it even after his death, bro. It's still living on, man. It just, one of the founding fathers of Southern hip hop, man. Put, so many rappers in position out of Texas, man, and so many other rappers like Lil Wayne, man. He done used a lot of, for sure, a lot of chopped and screwed music, man. One of the greatest rappers out of the South, Lil Wayne, done tapped into it. Ludacris. Man, many others, bro. Just DJ Screw, man. If you ain't checked them out, research. If you a DJ or if you just looking to either, start a record label, a record company, man, an independent company, man, just looking to DJ Screw. Check out his store, man, and he just inspired you. Like, if he can do it coming from scratch, you know what I'm saying? You can do it, bro. So ain't no limit, man. Shout out to DJ Screw, man, out of Houston, Texas, man. The legend, Southern Flow legend.
And so with that being said, we here.
We here, man.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. A lot of stuff that happened over the week, bro. Just 1 week, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it never fails, bro. It never fails, man. It's like we leave the couch. By the time we come back, man, it's a whole nother uproar going on, man. They keep us, man. They keep us going, man.
Yeah. I love the sport, man. I think the most obvious, if you don't know, is Ye. The artist formerly known as Kanye West.
Kanye West, man.
Is heavy in the headlines right now.
Man.
He's talking real greasy.
Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it, man.
I don't even know if it's hate, right?
Excuse me for you. I hate to see it because just anything, and I can't say that's even negative.
Yeah.
So yeah. I just to put him in that light. I didn't expect it. Yeah. I use that. I didn't expect to see him in that light.
We did not. it is as Charleston says, that shock jock.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Ye went on to say he talked about his past life in his childhood and
on his record, Cousins. The
name of the track is Cousins.
Yeah.
So he talks about it in the track, but then he's also been I guess you still call it a tweet because the platform is now X. But he tweeted about him and his male cousin, and he fondled his cousin for so many years until he was 14. I ain't gonna get all explicit with it because that's wild, right?
For sure.
And I get it. This is a well-established public figure, and it's shocking.
For sure, bro.
People, my take real quick is just, we talk about this a lot. It's always a major thing when it's somebody in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the things that are happening in our immediate demographics?
Right here in the community.
Some things probably a lot weirder than what Ye confessed about.
Facts, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just easy to take your shadow and project it onto somebody else when you don't want to be accountable for your own life. But I get it, in this Christian society and everybody's wanting to be an upstanding citizen and nobody does crazy things, I get that. And then my other plight was, is Kanye being strategic? Is Ye being strategic? Because at once upon a time, he was hanging with Charleston. He was hanging with the people who were specifically getting clout on YouTube or just the internet in general by being explicit or being vulgar or, just using shock jock type content to convey their message over to the people.
For sure.
And so one side of me is like, well, is he being strategic in that? Is he performing? Because that whole gig he did with academics when he was doing the interview in the
Klan, Ku Klux Klan,
people said that was outlandish, but it wasn't outlandish when the KKK was out here chasing people down on horses and hanging people because they didn't like them and supposedly cannibalizing and what they say buck breaking and all of those weird things. None of those things was weird.
All kind of savagery going on.
That a certain culture of people own the porn industry and the rap industry where the artists who are predominantly black are talking about chitty chitty bang bang against each other and selling it and making money off of it. Even when they die, they making money off of it. That ain't weird. That's just my take. That's just my take.
Hey, it's a lot to digest, man. But yeah, I seen the tweets, man. Ye said he had, like you say, fondled or gave. I just use the term orally sex to his cousin till he was 14. And he was saying, like, just the backstory of it. He said that his dad would leave magazines, explicit magazines around, and they would do whatever they seen in the magazines. Or he said his mom had the ones on the top dresser. She had the even more explicit. So it's just also with that being said, just parents, if you got kids, just being more mindful of just being more mindful of what you leave around your kids. What you let them watch.
Kids consume.
You know what I'm saying, and just being in their everyday life, tapping into their brains, man. Not just coming home from school. We ain't asking them what they learned today. What kind of home, helping them with the homework, asking them about the friends at school, just being intentional with your kids, man, just staying on top of things. 'Cause we never know.
If you just let them float.
Hey, they gonna find their way, bro. Yeah. They gonna find their way, and you never know, man. It's just kind of, like you say, that kind of aspect of childhood, just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. 'Cause, just God's grace, I didn't have to go through it. Sure. So it's kind of touching for me to talk about it because I really can't talk about something that traumatic that I've never been through. Yeah. But for the ones that have, it's good that you come out, share your story, or just get the counseling, or the therapy you need for that, because that is a traumatic experience.
I mean, just getting to the conclusion of it, man. I think sometimes we interpret things as it's not that serious or that's just life. But is it? Let's not even go into like 6 and 8 year olds. Let's just say 13, 14 year olds, right? And back in the times where sometimes people are putting you in position to access porn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like, but watch this.
Yeah, your uncles and cousins.
Your uncles and older cousins, and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're thinking like, oh, this is normal, especially for like a boy.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's not normal.
Yeah.
Because it's giving you a perception of this action, and at the same time, we don't even know if this is the true manner into which we should be indulging.
Man, I mean,
that's a whole conversation.
You think about the cousins. I think about the women, because I know a few females being, like you say, in that middle school, that junior high era. You know, the girls coming to school talking about the HBO channels that their mom and, you know, they don't order shit or just watching the shit that's on the HBOs. And, you know, these 13, 14, 15-year-old girls, and you just see they already freaked out. I'm just saying, they already freaked out. And then you look at them now, we in our 30s.
They gone.
They all the way. So it's like, man, that's real trauma, bro. You think it's okay, but it really ain't, bro. It really play on your mind in the long run, man.
And it's like, who controls the faucet that pours into our communities this content? And that's the whole question that's being posed about all of it. And in a way, I feel like that's what Ye is doing. In a way, I know it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. I ain't gonna say it's weird, because there's some things on the grounds that we own in our immediate demographic. It's some weird stuff happening around here. You know,
it's just like you saying, we could go there too, because it's just some stuff I ain't willing to do. I ain't willing to do some stuff, even with my lady. I ain't willing to do, because it's like, bro, this is
just in the mugshots. The last week, I'm seeing it's a Caucasian male sodomizing a little teen 11-year-old.
That's crazy.
In the city,
bro.
But if you don't go look at them mugshots, and don't get me wrong, because sometimes I let the news skip because it ain't nothing but the blues. But maybe the news broadcasted that, but chances are they did. I ain't seen nobody talking about it.
For sure.
Like they talking about Ye. You know what I'm saying? So that's,
we just gotta start, like I said, man, policing these children more, man. Because that's just an example, man. You see two dudes and one girl, man, they ain't up to no good, man. You know it ain't right. We need to start taking back control, man. Because like you say, it ain't just Kanye. It go on right here in the community, man. There's so many stories like that, bro. So. It's
not funny.
It's not, but it's true, bro. And we just hope Kanye and the many others, Southern Flow, hope y'all get the help y'all need,
for sure.
Because we ain't taking like you say, none of that lightly, man. It's just get the therapy and counseling you need, man. Because he ain't the only one.
And so Ye he want to call his next project Cook.
Wait, what?
Somebody that's freaked out, basically.
Okay. So that's new for me.
Speaking of cooks,
obviously I ain't freaked out.
Yeah. in a sense, a cook is almost like a person who likes to, almost on some Diddy type, where he like to sit back and observe his woman.
Yeah,
yeah. And then it's just some other freakish stuff that they indulge in. But as we speak about cooks, we gotta go Shannon Sharpe.
Man. I knew where you were going when you said speaking of that.
Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, man. Kind of disappointed me, man.
I didn't hear the audio.
Yeah.
I just saw segments of the text messages.
For sure.
Then I also saw his segment. He came on out.
Yeah.
And I think Jay-Z then gave a lot of people courage, in terms
for
of
sure fighting back.
Yeah, fighting back.
Yeah.
Because and it is Tony Busby who is representing this young lady.
Same attorney.
And he just goes on to say, I want to apologize to my colleagues, my family ahead of time.
Yeah.
But this is a shakedown.
For sure.
And he talks about, he released the text messages. He's saying that there could potentially be a video that is released. And he said he would have released it had he had it, but he don't. So maybe the girl recorded it or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just he just going ahead and getting into the front of it,
Yeah.
But it looks wild.
For sure.
But I think based on the text messages and the content that he shared, I think that it was consensual. But
We seen
The
two
audio is weird.
we seen two different sides. Like you said, you seen the text and you seen the text and the context of it. I heard the audio.
Yeah.
So that's all I heard.
The audio
so we
is
bringing
wild.
two different sides. So
Yeah.
like you said, the audio is wild, man. I heard the audio. Unc let me down, man. I was just like, man, bro, you really went for that. Like, your Unc on there talking about how he gonna choke her. I'll choke you in public. You know what I'm saying? How do you think that looks? Small white woman choked by a big black man. Like, bro, what is you on, man?
And then in the text, she's saying she's having her dialogue is like, put a dog collar on me and choke me. Why you take me down through there and put a baby in me? She say put a big black baby in me.
Unc from the South, man. He know better, man. He know better than, you know what I'm saying?
He freaked out, man.
He freaked out, though.
And that goes back to, do we really know, or are we just freaked out? And granted, Unc is a high listing celebrity.
Yeah.
He, just got 100 mil.
Yeah.
Supposedly, we don't know if that did.
Yeah, I don't think it went through. I don't even know if it went through yet.
So Unc doing his thing, man, and he obviously got access to the women.
Yeah.
But it's like, some people even went to say like, man, quick to go get a bunny. Caucasian, a snow bunny.
Yeah.
But you won't see him
Snowflake,
with elegant,
sister.
Yeah.
It's he was on Eddie Murphy ex-wife. I forget Nicole Murphy. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
He was on her a few years ago, but yeah. I mean,
they
preference is their preference, man. We got to stop doing that because it's plenty of black women that prefer.
People was trying to make fun of the age thing, but I mean, she's legal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand the age difference, but she's legal
for sure.
And from what I was seeing, a lot of people was taking his side. You know, Dr. Umar was like, I'm with you on this.
Yeah, Boosie.
Yeah, but this got to be your last snow bunny, though. Boosie said something in that night too, like, y'all gonna get enough of dealing with the snow bunny.
Or Boosie said too, why every time a black man finna get a bag, something always come out, extraordinary, like out of the blue, it just come out as soon as he about to get a bag. So there's a lot of crazy speculations around it, but I just feel like too, Unc should know better, bro. He old enough to know better, bro.
Maybe.
Like you say, but maybe, man.
Age,
those that know better
does not grant you wisdom.
For sure.
Facts. You do have experience, but it's for you to make the said experience applicable to your life to where you can your discernment is on par.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the media tricks us, because it'll put somebody in our face and we think like just because Bron got all these achievements via sports, that doesn't equate to him being a genius. And I'm not knocking Bron, even though we finna get on Bron.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking. I didn't even mean to bring him up like that, but I'm just saying I'm using him as an example. I'm using Michael Jordan as an example. Like, these guys are put in the forefront as though they're the one. This is who you listen to. But what has he done other than play with the pork? Nothing. Of course, the money granted him access to be able to go put up a school. But then when you hear about these schools, they ain't even successful. They not producing your next Tesla or Einstein. Because I don't want to use like Elon and I got my whole plight about them now. I'll share that on the end side. But yeah, like, that doesn't mean that these guys are
the end all be
they
all
just on TV.
and the all knowing.
They on TV with some nice lights.
That's it, bro.
Some makeup probably. And suits.
For sure.
Designer. We see designer getting debunked. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But of course we want to see justice served accordingly as it should.
Facts.
So hopefully he's not cheated. And if he is innocent and, the consent was laid out, man, I hope she get the book.
Yeah.
And all the chapters.
For sure. Them facts, bro. Them facts, because I got to stop, bro.
But what's next?
Speaking on Bron.
Speaking of Bron.
We just going to touch light on it, but because it's kind of both. I feel like it's cornball activity on both sides. You had Kevin Gates. He made a video on Instagram about just saying how LeBron's wife Savannah James don't look at Bron with with that aura with that, like you said, that twinkle of that aura, like how the other white, he said white women. I ain't gonna say other women. He specifically said white women.
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said she don't look at him like the white women look at him. He said, man, that's LeBron James. Like, he said, I'm a fan. So that's why I'm speaking like this, because I'm a fan. But he was like, I just feel like she don't look at him like, the white women look at him. She don't have that aura, that look in her eyes like girl, this LeBron James. Like, you know what I'm saying? And LeBron clapped back the next day. That's crazy because, the Lakers in the playoffs right now.
He got time for that.
He made a post, put the picture up of her glaring at him.
Do you think his wife prompted
I feel like she might have did the post. She might have did the post. That's what I was thinking. People were saying, because Gates said that. Gates responded and was like, because I'm going to get on what LeBron said. LeBron on the post, he posted a picture of him and Savannah, and she was smiling at him in the picture. Yeah. And he was like, kings don't, concern themselves with the opinions of peasants. So he kind of took a shot at Gates.
Okay.
So I'm like, that might be you might need, but I said that might be her typing that, because like you said, Gates made a response video after that and was like, I know your wife was on you about the, so you felt tempted to make the little post. He said, but I'm still a fan of you. I still love you, LeBron. But I just feel like it was cornball activity on both sides.
Yeah, and then I did see Kevin Gates was at the game.
Courtside, front row, on the floor. And then and LeBron kind of got a lot of flack because, he went at Stephen A. a couple weeks ago about Bronny, but he didn't go at Gates last night for sitting court. So he like, hey, you'll step to a 60-year-old.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you'll step to a 60-year-old Stephen A. about your son, but you won't step to Gates about your wife. So you looking. Oh. But I'm like, because, if you got time to respond, that's your perfect opportunity. Like, hey.
Even if you didn't it could have just been a conversation.
Yeah. You didn't have to get,
you didn't have to get crunk about, about it, but.
You had the opportunity.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you kind of dodged
it. You better not go to another, nothing against other ethnicities podcast, right? Yeah. But you better not go to another ethnic podcast outside of some brothers and talk about anything.
Anything, yeah.
Until you clear this and then go to the next, because your social points are dropping. We can't keep just like Anthony Edwards. He got fined $50,000.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, he telling the fan, hey, my Johnson is bigger than yours. Yeah.
Wow,
I got 200 million.
Wow, man.
The money don't make you who you is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Society, by all means, get your money.
For sure.
Loomis Brinks, no, trust me, get your money.
Listen,
but that ain't what's making you who you are, because it ain't what's on you. It's what's in you.
It's what's in you every time, bro.
So yeah, bro, you gotta handle that though.
How you feel about Gates speaking on his wife though? Just men speaking on other men's relationships? How you feel about that?
I can see Gates probably study Farrakhan. Farrakhan, I've never known Farrakhan to talk about a person's wife specifically, but he talks about wives, and how wives should, act according to their husband.
Okay,
and from what I see, observe, because we don't know these people, just observing from what the media shows us. I mean, I think she do what she do. They got a family.
Yeah, for sure. And they've been together for a long time too. Probably over 20 years, probably. Because high school. Yeah. Well, LeBron been in the league 20 years, so almost 30, probably. Bro, so
one thing I can say Bron got over Gates is that he in the house with his kids.
Yeah, longevity. For sure.
That makes a difference. And this ain't a knock to a man who ain't in the house with their kids, because that don't mean that you can't still handle business. Yeah. But if there's an option for you to be with your kids in the house with your kids and your wife or your lady, your family, there ain't nothing stronger than that.
Nah, ain't nothing.
Yeah, so you separated a little bit, Gates. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you got a little conflict going on.
Yeah, he doing his thing. Yeah,
you got a little conflict going on yourself. So it's like, bro, don't, I get it, but I don't get it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you, man?
It's a little.
Some people talking crazy about Gates, but it's to each his own,
for
man.
Sure.
Yeah. Everybody got to handle their business, and I think Gates may be looking for some clout.
That's it. He just dropped the album, man.
Gates.
A dope album to me.
Yeah.
So he just dropped the
He's
album.
a great artist.
So he on a little run, man. He just having some fun.
Yeah,
I feel
bro,
like
stay
right
on
now.
social media,
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
during the playoffs, bro. We're gonna use this as fuel if you don't come out against not the Bucks.
They playing the
Minnesota.
Wolves. Yeah, the Wolves.
If you don't come out against Minnesota and them young boys, we're gonna use that as fuel and ammunition for you.
For sure.
Yeah. What's as we conclude that?
Just in closing, like he said, the elephant in the room, with the Carmelo Anthony situation, the Southern Flow. Y'all probably thinking, why we ain't really touched on it yet. We waiting for more information to come out. As it goes, we not against Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying, or the other other families involved. Yeah. We standing with the Southern Flow.
Potentially everybody could lose something.
Exactly. We just standing with the Southern Flow on this, and we just taking our post right now, and just waiting for more information to come out. But we do feel for both parties, because go ahead, like what you was telling me before we went on air.
I was just gonna say the main theme that I pull from this is just the divisiveness.
For sure,
it's dividing people up.
Mm-hmm.
It's baiting race war, white over black, Caucasian over black, or Caucasian over copper tone people, unnecessarily. And then people speaking as though they got the information, and you just literally pulled that from a blog, and that blog ain't even credible.
For sure.
So it's like
this case is gonna be highly respected on the witnesses, the people that was there. This is probably what hands this case gonna be in. The jury, the 12 jurors and the people, the actual witnesses that was on the scene. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we all just sitting back,
just play back,
And
it's so wild. Like, people get in an uproar, and you don't even got the facts.
Yeah, you wasn't there.
You just want to argue.
You wasn't there, man.
And it's just like, get out of the comments, because people, I'm one of those ones. I go look in the comments.
That's all I'm doing.
Just to see what people are talking about.
Racist. This motherfucker racist. This motherfucker racist.
They get greasy.
Yeah, they going, man.
And then you go completely left. It's just off topic as to like what it's really about, and it's justice. So ultimately, we just want to make sure, we just hope that true justice is served. Sure. And everything is just handled accordingly.
For sure.
That's all we can say in this piece, man.
That's it, bro. CD5, when you releasing that new drop, man, when you coming out with that top 5 CD?
May 3rd, we ain't here to talk about that.
We gotta touch it, though.
Five had to sit in the uproar about a week or two ago, man.
I see a lot of people working.
They working though.
If I didn't do nothing, he fueled your backpack.
For sure.
A lot of people I'm talking about people who ain't did working 4 or 5 years.
They back in the studio.
Blowing the dust off the keyboard.
For sure.
That's cool, man. Let's see what this produces. Cause again, you have to be strategic. The music, I always say music is an anything of the culture.
For sure.
To me, it's never a surprise when I see somebody cook up a dope song or dope track. Cause I just think, in a sense, we all had the ability.
Mm-hmm.
The art is gonna be breaking the mold and taking it to the next level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Don't just be a local celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
That is not hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Brink's looking for content. I'm looking for like the lyricism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta really just be spitting. I don't want to hear you talking about finna hit on the jump on the stick.
Yeah. For sure, bro.
What you looking for in?
I'm a big Crit fan, so Crit always say you gonna know if a song or a track is a hit within them first 10 seconds. So I always, I take that into account when I'm listening to a song. If it don't catch me, it got to catch me, man.
Yeah.
And normally music gonna catch you. It ain't got to be no up tempo. It can be a smooth track, but it's got something about that track something got to catch me. That's all I'm looking for, bro.
Yeah.
Then I'll go tap back in, like you say, with the lyrics and the instrumentation. But it got to be something about this track that stands out. And it can't. It can sound a little bit like another track, but it just can't be no carbon copy of another track.
I need to see the
originality.
Yeah.
I need to see the originality.
It needs to dominate.
Yeah.
And then I can see where you may give, you may be, what's the word? You may be commending another artist.
Yeah.
Sure. Giving flowers to another artist in a way. But yeah, it needs to be
for sure
your original piece.
This all the Southern Flow about, man. Y'all see the logo, man. Y'all, hey, this what we here for, man.
We're gonna spin these flows
for sure
through the music or just like literal dialogue.
Shout out, yeah, and shout out to Young LA. He been in the city almost a week now. So
shout out to Young LA.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, what I've been seeing just in the headlines of social media, I know Ty Berry, if I'm not mistaken. Ty brought him into the city.
Okay.
I want to say Ty's about to get a feature with Young LA. So
that'll be dope.
That's
pretty dope.
That's pretty
for
dope
sure,
for the
for
city.
sure.
To see that transpire. Let's see what it turns into. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was gonna say is in terms of the art form. Like, it's one thing to put a track together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a visual. Like, how do you package this?
Yeah.
I want to see how you package it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if you're gonna get out there on the corner and pop the trunk and go old school and, sell singles.
That ain't gonna never die.
I just want to see how you put your brand out there. Or you just thinking it's gonna just
sell itself?
Man,
they tell you don't sell itself, but hey,
man, even Frank Lucas had to get that blue magic out there.
For
Regardless of how he got it out, he had to get it.
He
had to get the footwork. The traction had to start
for
first.
Sure.
No great thing started just by cooking it up in the lab,
and
we just sitting on the work.
Yeah,
nah,
you got to move
like that.
You got to move it for
sure.
sure.
You got to move. So big shouts out to the city. Big shouts out to Ty Berry. Big shouts out to Young LA. Big shouts out to the top 10 in CD5's last piece. He said he coming with another one. We're gonna see if it's gonna bring that pressure for the next set of artists. To keep putting in that work. Just real quick, we didn't get an opportunity to touch on not like heavy, and not to say I'm trying to go heavy, but just talk about the Time Youth Center.
Okay.
With Nate Patterson.
Yeah.
Bro, we're gonna keep yelling Nate's name, bro, because
we gotta get all the kids.
He's really big in the community.
We getting all the kids in there, man.
And y'all just gotta check out the work that they do, But just as far as the facility, was this last Monday?
Last Monday we went up there.
Last Monday we went to the ribbon cutting for the Time Youth Center. And man, this is a state of the art center. God willing, we may be in there cooking up some.
For sure, you'll see the Southern Flow in there. For sure,
opportunity to get in there, mentor some young men. Whether that's giving game about the podcast or entrepreneurship or whatever way we can help. We just look forward to being able to contribute. In a real powerful way, man. So, yeah, what did you think about the space? Like,
thought it was dope, man. Hey, I'm looking around. I'm ready to get on the court, man. Running around, get a couple runs in. Like you say, man, state of the art. Like you say, when I walked in, I just, I felt at home, bro. I felt like this is a place for the Southern Flow too, where we can, come and, congregate, interact with the kids, whatever we need to do, man. But it's a dope spot, bro. I can't wait to.
And he embraced it, so that was.
Can't
dope.
wait to go
he
back,
came
bro.
up to it like I was talking to y'all.
Yeah. Dope, bro.
Yeah, so big shouts out to Nate Patterson.
Sure.
As always. It was one thing that I was saying just like previously, just in terms of like, it's just a question that I leave with the people, right? I don't know if people are familiar with ChatGPT and this AI tool. First, AI has been around over 70 years. We thinking it's just like some new technology. Now, in the past 10, 15 years has been its boom, but it's been around 70 years.
It's crazy.
So for us to now just be receiving this powerful tool, it's like, what does the industry have access to now? Yeah,
sure.
Andre 3000 had a line I never forget. He said, while we renting and raving about gas, nigga, they made them gas. They got some shit that'll blow out our back from where they stay at. Ooh.
That's deep. Like, that's dope, bro.
And so, and what was Outkast thinking to be so young, but to create? Did they have access to ChatGPT back then? You
I
know,
don't know, man.
it make you think because
even with Goody Mob cell therapy with the coronavirus, with the COVID.
Man, they cutting content so deep, bro. But I just wanted to leave people with that. And, you know, that's why I said, you know, when you look at these people, because I'm not just chiming down on, like, the people of our culture, like Bron them, you know, because they are great beings, right? But, you know, people talk about, like, Elon and Bill Gates and, you know, so is it that they really are geniuses, or is it that they had these enhanced machines assisting them? It was the access.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to start thinking about that as a culture, man. And, like, we have to start getting in our bag in an innovative way. We can't let people scare us away from, like, technology, because this could be our lane
For sure.
to create our own industries, you know. And it's not about separating or segregation. I think we can all mesh in our own ways, but, you know, we are a people that have, I'm not gonna say we've been dealt a bad hand, but just as far as what we know of history, like, certain groups have intentionally wanted to keep their foot on our necks.
Kept us back.
Yeah, you know, so we just got to keep building. And that's what I love about the Southern Flow. I love that about everything that we just created in this circle, everything that has derived from this, or everything that started that may have contributed to this happening. As always, you know, our sponsors who I've spoken about, that was all a major piece of the Southern Flow.
For sure.
You know, that's really the spiel. You know, I think we laid it out. Trey B, what you got for him? What you got for him in closing?
I just want to appreciate everybody tapping in. Like I always say, man. Appreciate, you know, Marquez White last episode, man. Appreciate the
price lead you like.
For sure. Appreciate him for coming by. Appreciate everybody for tapping into the episode. We see the love, we see the shares. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate CD5 again, CD5 Films, man. Just, you know, we're gonna keep doing this thing, keep building and keep dropping it on y'all, bro. So it's like that, bro.
We're gonna keep growing and we're gonna keep glowing. And it's just like that. Peace.